giving you lies. You're not African. You're not black. You're not Jamaican. You are from the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the Lord in the Bible. And this high time you ain't gotta sleep. Christianity is a damn fraud. Christianity is a curse to our people.
This is reality.
That's right.
This is reality. We're gonna show you why. You have destroyed yourself.
So we're supposed to give them warning. We're not judging you, we're warning you.
What have we seen that he said? Have we seen anything that has changed our people? Changed our neighborhood?
Hold on. So why? I don't get it. Isn't it? Haiti, right? Jamaica, all of them like they like real close.
Right. It was all. We all the same people, but it was all a different boat stop. All right. One boat went to Jamaica, another boat went to Haiti. You understand what I'm saying?
But then they get them same people that.
Genesis 49.
Now watch this. Great question. Read Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. Pay attention to this. You ever heard in the Bible that he declared the end from the beginning? Yeah, he declared the end of what will happen in the future, way in the beginning. Like what you're reading about cargo stations, that was in Deuteronomy. That was written thousands of years ago. So watch this. This is prophecies about both of your parents, right? Because our foreparent, your foreparent, my foreparent, was named Levi, so-called Haitian. Yours, Benjamin. Watch this. Read that.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob.
Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Jacob became Israel. He had 12 sons. We became the nation of Israel. The Israelites. Read.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Before Christ returns. Repeat that, right? He says what will happen to you in the last days. Read.
Gather yourselves together.
Because what does our flag say? What does it say?
We let that. No.
Yeah, Union de la Force.
Yeah.
But what it means in English?
To unite.
In unity we have power.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Pay attention to that, because our flag say in unity we have power, right? Jump down to Simeon and Levi.
Verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren.
But yet, all of us are brothers up here. You got off for cargo stations, right? I got off for cargo stations. You got off for cargo stations. Our ancestors got off for cargo stations. We are the descendants of them. We are brothers. All 12 tribes of brothers. Every last one of them suffered the curses of being put on cargo stations.
Right. Simeon and Levi are brethren.
Peep this out though. Simeon, the Dominicans, and Levi are brethren. Read.
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
Meaning witchcraft. But the word you want to point out in there, it says habitation. What does the word habitat mean?
Right.
Where you stay at. Now it says Simeon and Levi. Look at the sign. Do they stay in the same place?
Yeah.
Read on.
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations.
Right.
O my soul, come not thou into their secret.
Meaning the witchcraft that they're both doing. Read.
Unto their assembly, mine honor, be not thou united.
Are the Haitian and the Dominicans people united in that land? Yeah. So out of everybody who got for cargo slave ships, what two people inherit one land and are not united?
Bring it out.
The Bible is a true book. The Dominicans and Haitian people.
Right.
They are in that one land and not united, but yet the Haitian flag says what? In unity we have force. Why are you not implying that in your own land?
Right.
You repeat that. Now watch this. Malachi chapter 2.
Bring it out.
The Bible is written precept upon precept for you to get the knowledge of God. So watch this. Malachi chapter 2. Malachi chapter 2 and verse 4, and then jump down to verse 8. So peep this about Levi. How would you know that which ones, the Haitians or the Dominicans, which one come from the tribe of Levi, which come from the tribe of Simeon? It's prophesied in the Bible. Read that.
Malachi chapter 2 and verse 4. And ye shall know that I have sent this commandment unto you, that my covenant might be with Levi.
So you get what the concept of subject matter is. Levi. The covenant might have been with Levi if they just kept this. Read verse 8. Hey, how's it going, brother? What's your name? One, what tribe you come from? If your father was a so-called African American, you come from the tribe of Judah. So-called African American? So-called African American? So-called Haitian? So-called Jamaican? West Indian? Any one of those? Alright, while you keep looking, I'm gonna continue. Which one? Gad, Native American. All praises, North American Indian.
That's
So you got another one right here.
Bring it up.
Huh? Maybe Issachar too? What was your father? Yeah, what was your father? You too, brother. Look on this side. What was your father? All right, hold on. Read that. So the subject matter, remember, is Levi. You said your name was Chico? All right, remember, the subject matter is Levi. This is for you. This is also to show you who your brothers are. Prophesied in the Bible. This is prophecy. Read.
Malachi chapter 2 verse 8. But ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble at the law.
So Levi caused many to stumble at the law because it was their job to teach the other tribes about the commandments of God.
Right.
Read on.
Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore have I also made you contemptible.
You know what the word contemptible means? Don't leave, bro. This is good history that you're going to learn from, and what you must do to succeed in America as well, and to make it into the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
So he says, read that he says, I have made you contemptible. This is for Levi, the so-called Haitians. The word contemptible means unwanted, hated, disrespected.
Right.
Growing up in America, did anybody want to be Haitian growing up?
Hell no.
You get that, right? So the two people that live in that land of Hispaniola, the Dominicans and the Haitians, which one is disrespected? Which one nobody wants to be? The Haitians, the so-called, the Dominicans are black too. It's just they were conquered by the conquistadors, so that's why they come from a light shade to that light skin to that dark skin.
Right.
But majority with Levi, you see majority of us dark skin because we weren't conquered, we were brought on 1619, but they were being conquered since 1492. So watch this, read on.
Therefore have I also made you contemptible and base before all the people.
Now, if you know a little bit of history about Haiti, Haiti was the richest colony on the Western Hemisphere, but we became the poorest in less than 4 years. Why?
So we ain't never united. We ain't do what we were supposed to do.
No, it's because of what God says, because we departed from the law. He says, I made you contemptible and base. Amongst all these people, which one is the poorest? The Haitians, which is from the tribe of Levi. God is letting you know who you are. On prophecies, precept upon precept, all you have to do is put it together. But you have to read. Give me that. Isaiah 34 verse 16.
From the tribe of Gad.
Yeah, from the tribe of Gad.
Genesis 49 about.
Yeah, Genesis chapter 49. This is prophecy of what will happen to your people. But first, give me Numbers chapter 1 and 18. What was your father? Where was he from? Was he Mexican? Or you said that he may be from, you said Gad or Issachar? Those were the two you pointed at.
From my understanding, everybody up here was originally black man.
Yeah,
And then through the process of being conquered, it became light skinned.
Right.
Now they consider Mexicans or Colombians.
okay,
stuff
great.
Like that.
Now watch this.
What the Lord said.
Yeah, just a moment, brother. Just a moment. Read that. Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. Just a moment, bro.
Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18.
Take your time, bro. We're going to answer your question. Just be patient, bro.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigree.
They declared their pedigree, meaning their lineage. By what?
After their families, by the house of their fathers.
So you are what your father is. So even though they mix with other people, you're still what your father is.
Right.
Even though those conquistadors came to Hispaniola and had sex with the Simeonite women, though they children, if they had sex with a Simeonite man, a Dominican man, that child became a Dominican, which come from the tribe of Simeon.
Yeah,
So you
right.
are what your father is. You understand? So if say my great-great-grandmother, right? Her father was a Caucasian. But my great-great-grandfather married her and had children with her. Those children are what the father is. You peep, right? So that lineage will go right back to being Levi. That's your bus? You got a flyer? Do research.
I read the flyer already.
But the information, there's a website on the back. Get in contact with us and give us a call.
You don't think you better than your father?
Huh?
You don't think you better than your father?
Of course. You always want the best for your son. You always want the best for your daughter. You want them to become better than you. But what we're getting at right now is your nationality. So you are what your father is. So your father, was he a so-called Native American or was he a Mexican? If you don't know, it's all right. Read that about both of them. Let's go to Genesis 49. Let's read Issachar, then let's read about Gad.
Okay. Genesis chapter 49. Where's Gad? Issachar 14. Verse 14. Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens.
So when it's speaking about Issachar, especially when you look at their symbols, they always use a donkey to represent themselves.
Right.
Because they say they're a strong ass couching between two hard burdens.
Bring it out.
The two hard burdens is working twice the hours, getting paid half the pay.
Right.
Because wherever you've seen the Mexicans, I don't know if you're ever from down south, but they always are in the redlands picking up the beans. They're always working for half the pay, strawberries. You even do documentaries about them. But if you ever work in the Keys, they're the ones working in the kitchen. When you look at the top of the skyscrapers, they're the ones building up the cities. The ones that, the laborers, the construction workers. They're always the ones working up top. But if you ever ask them how much they get paid, they'll be getting paid $7, $6. Compared to the other brothers, the black brothers, and the Caucasians working with them, the Caucasians get paid the most. The black brothers get paid $10.
Right.
We're still getting paid less, but they would treat the Mexicans like they're crap. We paying you $5 and next you're working 10-hour shift while we're only working 8.
Right.
That's what the Bible is explaining. Read it again.
Right. Genesis chapter 49 verse 14. Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens. And he saw that rest was good.
So, what's your name, brother? Juan. So he says he crouched down between two burdens. Not burdens. Read that part again.
Two burdens. And he saw that rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant.
So when you do the research about the Mexicans, there's a time during noontime, especially with the construction workers, and wherever you see Mexicans at, during noon they rest. It's called siesta.
Right.
They're the ones famous for it. So the Bible is giving you a clear depiction of what the Issachar, the Mexicans, will be doing at the latter times. You understand? Now this is about Gad. Read that.
Verse 19. Gad is a troop. Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
So when you do research about Gad, the Native Americans, it took a troop to overcome them. So when you do research, it was, what was his name? The U.S. Andrew Jackson. Exactly. His name was Andrew Jackson. It took a whole troop to overcome Gad. Because Gad, a cavalry, because Gad occupied the North Americas.
Right.
They occupied all of that. And when you do research about them, you'll find out that it didn't only take the U.S. cavalry to take down the Native Americans. So that's research. Once you do the research and you look at the prophecies of Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy chapter 28, you see that they fit the curses of the Bible, that they are the children of Israel.
Right.
So when you look at your history, go to Job chapter 8 and verse 8. When you do research about your history, when you ask your father if you do know him, or your mother if she knows about your father, do this. Read Job chapter 8 and verse 8.
Job chapter 8 and verse 8. Prepare for inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
So search out your father. Find out about, okay, who was my father? What was he doing? Who was his grandfather? And what happened to them? Because I know my history. I know my fathers were brought to Hispaniola. They were brought there. They were renamed Haitians. Right. Because I know Haiti was not always named Haiti. It was called Saint Domingue and Saint Domingo and Hispaniola. So those names were put on there. So I know a little history about my people so I can know, okay, wait up. Damn, we are not united, even though it says that we have unity in force. So do research about your people.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.